Hier sind Louis Levitin und Jean Michel Jarre.
Thank you for welcoming me. It's a great pleasure to be in Düsseldorf today with you all.
Hello, meine Damen und Herren, wir freuen uns, Sie herzlich begrüßen zu dürfen und we will talk in English. How come we both Frenchmen, we both from Lyon, in Germany, speaking English? Well,
This is Europe. I mean, it happened to me mid-August last summer when I was in the middle of this Oxygene 3 album for I said, why am I trapping myself in this kind of situation where just to explain you very briefly what happened. I was recording Electronica, this project involving lots of collaborators that you maybe have heard about, and I wrote the track during this process, and it was not obviously fitting this whole Electronica project. And I said, if I had to do Oxygene today, I would probably start by a track like this, a piece of music like this, and then I kept that in the back of my mind somewhere. And then later on, the record company said, next year we have the 40th anniversary of Oxygene. It would be good to do something, the box set and things like that. I said it could be a very good idea to use this. And I'm not into anniversaries, to tell you the truth. It's strange because lots of my big projects have been involved with celebration of the city or the country, but to tell you the truth, I'm not that excited by anniversaries. I'm not into all this. But I used this 40th anniversary as a pretext, as a deadline to say to myself, what after this massive project of Electronica involving lots of people, lots of collaborators, lots of studios, lots of journeys and travels and all that, to go back to what I've done with the first Oxygene. Exactly, I recorded this first album in 6 weeks with a very minimalist equipment. I said it would be interesting after Electronica to lock myself in the studio for 6 weeks, because I have no other choice, because otherwise it will be the 41st anniversary, and what's the point? And then I trapped myself with the record company. I said, yes, I'm going to give you the final project in early September. And in the middle of August, to answer to your question, I was desperate, saying I should stop doing music and maybe doing paintings or something else, because it's going to be ridiculous, because I'm not ready. And then, step by step, in very mysterious ways, because I was against the wall, I ended with something that I'm, to tell you the truth, quite happy with, and quite faithful to not a copy of the first one, but something which is faithful to the idea I had with this kind of piece of music. I mean, Oxygene is very special because it's like something which has one title, just parts like chapters, no titles per track, and it's like, I'm sorry, because I'm sure that you have a question later on about this somewhere in this paper, you know. Sorry about that, but, you know, it's a digression, and we don't know where we go, you know, I don't know, anyway.
But I like that, that's very intuitive and organic. You already raised one question that I would like to ask you. Looking back 40 years ago at Oxygene 1, which was, you know, very, as you said, you know, it was not extremely sophisticated. It was done in a very short time with so-called simple means compared to today. But what is the big difference? What is the trajet, the long journey that you took? If you compare this Oxygene at the beginning, would you change it? Would you do something differently with your ears, with your understanding? And was Oxygene 3 the result of this long journey?
No, I don't think so. I think that I think there is a kind of timeless element in Oxygene, like in lots of electronic music piece, and we certainly have a word about this a bit later. No, I won't change anything, and actually also for another reason, because I think when I finish something, in a certain sense, it doesn't belong to me anymore. It belongs to the outside world, to the audience. You take it or not, and this is another story for me. And in no way I wanted to adjust with Oxygene 3 what I wouldn't have achieved with Oxygene, the first one. It was more a kind of taking the project, like the cover is, it's just but slightly angled it in a different way, with a different perspective. What makes Oxygene interesting for me today is actually it was done in vinyl days, where everybody at that moment, we had in the back of our mind that we should do an album with 20 minutes for side 1, 20 minutes for side 2, because of technical reasons. And I remember very well that Oxygene, I has 6 parts, but for me it has two sides, and the darker side and the more luminous or brighter side. And it's what I did by instinct with Oxygene 3, by thinking about the vinyl in days where we have a big revival of vinyls. But it's not linked to this. It was more linked about the creative process. I always consider that Oxygene is a kind of dark and sunny project, a kind of oxymoron or paradox, audio-wise. And I consider Oxygene 3 almost by instinct, the side 1 being quite dark, and the side B-side or side 2 being more bright or more melodic. And I think it's faithful to what I like in music. I mean, this bridge between experimentation, exploring sounds, and melodies. I think we have something in common. We have lots of things in common between Germany and France. And but on a musical point of view, the importance of melody. We always thought that the melody is the most important thing in music, and this is what Oxygene is all about as well.
By the way, when will Oxygene 3 be released?
So it's going to be released December 2nd, and what I like, for instance, tonight I'm going to play an excerpt of the album. And it's the first time I do this, and it reminds me when I was a kid, I was really impressed by all these people such as Elvis Presley or later on the Beatles. I mean, they were recording a track in one day, and they were the same night playing this track before it was even released as a single, as an album. And it's not existing anymore because of the internet. And then I decided that it could be cool to play some excerpts of the album before the album is out. And actually, I will actually do this whole tour in 2016, probably 50 gigs, 50 concerts, playing some music which is not still released. And I love this in days where everything is immediately in a kind of zapping mode. I mean, not pirating the system, but offering something different to people, sharing the live experience.
Good idea.
Wow. This is going to be definitively a great evening, and this is a privilege tonight to be here in Düsseldorf with you.
It's a privilege for me, and I'm not saying this for just being polite.
Thank you very much, Jean Michel. Thank you for being so responsive. And I would like to say really thank you to the organizers of Electricity and insbesondere an Rüdiger Esch. Wer mehr wissen will über die ganze elektronische Musik, dem empfehle ich wirklich ins Detail zu gehen. Das ist wirklich ein tolles Buch. Und vielen Dank, wir sehen uns ja heute Abend. Jean Michel, merci.
Thank you, danke schön. Thank you.